And I'd like to start out, if you will, Carl, I want to bring someone on board first. John Small, I asked John if he would share a little bit with us today. John, if you could unmute and take about a minute and share just a little bit about your why with the people that are listening.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. And you look lovely, John.
Well, thank you. My why, one of my whys is I want to retire my wife. I want her at home every day. That way she can take care of our 7-year-old granddaughter and do the things that she wants to with her. Also, I want her to be able to go shop confidently without calling me to see, do we got this? Do we got that? Do we have enough? Do we have enough over here? I want her to be confident that whatever she goes to do, she's able to do it without any fear of something saying decline. Because I've spent time in this world and I've been looking through a lot of different multi-level marketing businesses. And this is the only one that gives me the opportunity to change the game. Not only for myself, but I can leave a legacy and be able to touch my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. And for them that are to come in the future, I can leave the legacy that I desire so they can have what I wasn't able to have when I was coming up.
John,
That's my why.
I sure appreciate it. Thank you. And that's about as clear as it can be. And, you know, that's part of my why, too. Thanks a lot, John. Carl, I know you have somebody that you wanted to bring up. I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you, John. Thank you, Dwayne. And folks, I hope you heard something Dwayne said. And it just baffles me because at age 34, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And I got to thinking back then that, I started talking with my friends and loved ones about what medications they take. I like kind of following my parents' footsteps. I'm going to try and get through this without breaking down, which you know me, I'm the crybaby of the bunch. But friends, when my father passed away 10 years ago, he was taking 26 pills a day. 26 pills a day. We're talking about a big, strong man that lifts the front end of a 57 Chevy. I saw, oh goodness, and get broke down in the last decade of his life. My mom's 5'3" and 1/4, and she'd have to, carry him around so that. And Dad was 6'6" and 250 pounds, and would lift a house. So 26 pills a day. Dwayne takes 0 medications at age 75. There's something to be said for supplementation in the passions thereof. So with all that said, I want to bring up somebody I know has great passion. She's been in this industry for at minimum 3 decades, probably even more. The name of her business is Holistic Buffet. So she takes the best of the best in whatever arena it is. She joined me a few months back, did her due diligence for a month to month and a half, testing the products herself, doing due diligence, deeper dive to make sure that these are in fact right for her clients, her family, her loved ones. And now she's having amazing success sharing the story with others. So I want to bring on my good friend Genny from New Jersey, Genny Caroselli, and just share a little bit with what you see in LiveGood, Genny, your successes. If you want to give a golden nugget or two out there, all would be greatly appreciated. Take you a few minutes and just share with us, please.
Thank you so much, Carl and Dwayne and John. That really touched me. I would love to see a little clip, Dwayne, of John's why. That was so beautiful. And Carl, when you talked about your dad, I mean, it just brings to mind any of us that have a family member that passed on, and we think that if they had done better in the nutrition world, maybe it might not have happened so soon. We all have stories like that. But I just have to tell you, when I first met Carl, it was really just in a Facebook chat. And I was like, oh, Carl had, several different locations for one of the products or whatever. Maybe he can have a product that I have in my company. So I was really calling Carl or typing a message to Carl with the intention of, oh, he's going to come over to my way. And Carl just said, would you just take a look at this 5-minute video? And I just said, dang, like, oh, he's trying to, and I watched it and I just sat there in total amazement at truth, because everything that is said in the Ben video, and I'm sure everyone on here has seen the Ben video, it's absolute truth. We know what's happened in the network marketing industry, and this just has to be turned upside down. So I did try the products, and I remember going in and ordering like 6 products or whatever. And I remember seeing it as a member, I was going to save $62. Why wouldn't I become a member? So just think about that as you're passing websites on to individuals, like let them make the choice what they want to be. Some people prefer to be retail. Okay, that's cool too. So then I really didn't start posting anything because, again, like I just wanted to make sure that I could trust this company, that I could trust everything. And I think I started posting like 6 weeks later, you know, definitely a little bit less than 2 months later. And all right, so I just went in and I looked at my stats. When I started posting, I had 1 person looking at the site, 5 people. One day I had a whopping 28 people. And then it went back down to 5 and 6 and 3 and whatever. Then one day I really started posting like 1 or 2 posts. I think I put something in stories. Well, that day it was over 1,000 people that looked at the site, 1,057 people. And I just went, whoa, what is happening? And in your back office, if you don't know it, and I haven't used it yet, there's a way for you to find out where they came from, which you can just look in your back office and you know, take notes on that. But here's what happened. I said, what am I going to post? Like, I mean, I always post from the heart, but what can I post? What are these other people posting? So I went on the leaderboard of LiveGood and I said, who are all these leaders? And I clicked on some of the American leaders. Well, let's see what they're doing in the United States. And I clicked on some of their posts. I looked at their YouTube videos and I got the feel for what they were doing. So you know what? There's nothing wrong with copying, so to speak. Copy all our posts, but put your website. Don't just copy and paste and leave our website, because then you're not the one benefiting. And that's what's been happening. Hashtags, like I was never a hashtag person. Just put some hashtags in there. If you don't know what they are, look them up, Google them. And I want to thank the support of this team, like in the chats. I want to thank Kelly, Carl, you run a great team in the chat and the Facebook Messenger. And I'm just so thrilled to be a part of this because the products are amazing. The leadership is incredible. And I think many people are going to be coming already. And one other quick thing, when I signed up my husband because I was afraid, like, what if a company that I'm in says something about it? So I signed my husband up. Then I signed myself up underneath it. And I thought I could just keep putting people like quietly in each position. So one position sponsored 5, the other position sponsored 5. I just kept going back and forth, back and forth. I don't know how wise that was. Now I'm working the top position all the way. I'm just working it, and I just changed my husband's name to, you know, Ginny and Joe, because now I'm out there. I'm proud to be promoting LiveGood. I don't care what anybody else says. Some of you may be going through the same kind of feelings, but you know what? Truth will always shine. The light will always shine out in the darkness. And that's all I have for now.
Well, thank you, Jenny. The great words of wisdom, great information on some nuggets of how to succeed in this business. You know, and you've heard me say it before, this is a copy and paste type of business. If you can copy and paste your 5-minute tour, if you can grab and right click and take a picture and make it your own, and then make your own post, you can succeed in this business. And then there's many that want to be kneecap to kneecap and belly to belly. You know, we're going to succeed, and you know, we take thoughts and ideas of others and collectively use them, and use do what's best for you. I love to hug necks and shake hands, and so as much as I can get out there in the field and love on people, I'm going to do that. But definitely, you know, I think of when I started drawing circles in this industry in college in 1987 on a board or on a napkin. We didn't even have internet back then. We didn't have cell phones. There was none of that. And so all that's evolved. So use it now. Look at our team. There's a few on from across the pond right now. I believe our team represents 15 to 18 countries just in our little cul-de-sac. So So we're growing and glowing, and this can go far and wide, and we're just going to serve all. Thank you for that, Genny. Hey, Dwayne, is there another? I know.
Yeah, Carl, I've got somebody I want to introduce and have a reason for it. He's one of these guys that has joined me. You know, he's not a whiz on the computer. He'll be the first to tell you. He's been learning. He's 80 plus, let's put it that way, but he's 3 away from making silver. He's just plugging away. We're on the phone every day talking to people. Frank, how about unmuting and give us about a 1 minute your why for me, please. Frank Smith.
How can you tell somebody to say it in 1 minute? I've known you for 25 years, worked with you in many things. One of the things I do hold against you, you didn't get to me soon enough. Didn't tell me. Well, here I am, surviving 64 years of wonderful life with a woman who just recently passed away at 86, as I am, mainly because nutrition was her thing. And the neat part of this whole thing, as I see it, is we're not selling any nutrition. We're trying to attract people who realize they already have a need and showing them a way to do it economically with no stymies in the way they can obtain the product. It's a simple issue. Show them how to do it more efficiently and less expensively. And they do that by being a member. And it's positive selling, not negative selling. Sell the opportunity.
Frank, I sure appreciate it. You're always fun to work with. You know, we've been learning together, and Frank, I'm pretty sure if he doesn't make it this week, he'll be silver by next week and on his way to gold. And Frank, thank you for being a member, and thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Carl, back to you.
Yeah, thank you. George Laramore, why don't you share a moment or two? You've got a massive team growing, and you know, like Frank said, you know, he's upset that Dwayne didn't tell him a little sooner. And I know I've got Miss Betty on the line here, where I didn't tell her because I just assumed for her it'd be a conflict of interest with her business. And here she's going gangbusters, and you just recently hit silver, going to crush through gold. And you've got a lot of folks right here in my backyard in Nashville, so I'm ready to go and serve and all. But share a moment of your wisdom, George. I know you've been in the industry a day or three.
Well, I just want to thank my dear friend Wayne Bailey for, you know, just reaching out and not giving up. It was, you know, the state that he was in, because I was working another business and you know, usually, you know, don't bother me. I'm focused with what I'm doing. You know, I don't want to take my focus, because I was a diamond in that company. And when Wayne lost his wife, Wayne is like a brother to me. And when Wayne ignores me for 3 months at a time, I know he's hurting. And when he approached me with super enthusiasm, I knew I'd at least better take a look at it, because Wayne was down in the dumps. You know, like I said, he's like a brother to me. If I text him, he will not answer me for up to 3 months. And Dwayne could testify to that. Just wouldn't answer. So I took that 5-minute tour. And, you know, my buddy on here, Darryl Scott, he knows me. I have a absolutely great passion for nutrition. And I know my stuff. And when I saw those prices, like many people have said, you can't unsee what you see. I saw those prices and I said, Wayne, I said, okay, shoot, I'm in. And I had to look back. I dropped the other company. As a matter of fact, I laughed because Mr. Kurt Russell was in that company, and I know, you know, I'm not going to name that company, but he was the top leader in the company that I was in, and you know, I'm not looking back and just moving forward and staying the course.
Well, thank you, George. We're going to close out on that, but something on my heart is you mentioned something, and we know we've got 3 friends, as Frank mentioned, lost his bride. Wayne lost his bride, and another good friend of ours, Bob Wright, lost his bride a year or so ago, lives in New Jersey. But I want you to, I hope I don't get in trouble. I hope I haven't prematurely, but I believe he posted something. He was asking for prayer. So Bob Wright's been diagnosed with cancer. He starts surgery soon. Chemo and radiation soon. He's afraid, friends. There's power in prayer, and Jesus is not out of a miracle business. So I'm summoning each and every one of you to pray for Bob Wright and the healing power of our Lord. So just know that. And so we're going to close it out with, I pray blessings over each and every one of your homes. I love you in the Lord. I love you, and just honored to call you friend. I'm honored to serve you as Jesus come to serve. So let's go share this with the masses. And I'm here. We're here for you. Don't let the evil one get in your head. We can beat him away. He's a defeated foe and under Jesus's feet. So we've already won. We know the end result. So let's just go share this with all whom will listen. Let's bless some lives, and let's pray up and faith up all of our families and friends and loved ones, as I know many are going through some serious issues, whatever it be, health-wise or mental issues, etc. With that, we'll close out right here, and just look forward to seeing you real soon. Love